Travel back in time with a trip inside the Iowa's News Now vault.
Now, a complete summary of today's events and your first look at tomorrow. Reported by Dave Shea and Maggie Jensen, meteorologist Dave Town, and Storm Track 2, and Pete Cipher on sports. This is Iowa Tonight.
Eastern Iowa's first winter storm arrived late today, and that caused problems for many motorists. The storm brought freezing rain and drizzle, which made driving very hazardous in some areas.
The precipitation has mostly ended, and it's being replaced with some very cold temperatures. Dave Town is in the weather lab now with the particulars. Fill us in, Dave.
Well, Maggie, we do have some good news tonight. The good news is the traveler's advisory has been dropped by the National Weather Service this evening. Most of the heavier snow has now moved out of the Hawkeye State, although we're still getting some blowing snow here in the Cedar Rapids and Dubuque area, but that should be ending shortly. We have a satellite picture taken just moments ago that indicates clearing skies over much of Iowa. That's setting the stage for a lot colder temperatures tonight. Our lows are expected to range from 10 to 15 degrees. We'll have more about the cold snap coming up next on Iowa Tonight.
Thanks a lot. There aren't many people out and about tonight, but those who are should know they're not alone. Brenda Piper is live at the Highway Patrol Communications Center in West Cedar Rapids. Is there much action down there tonight, Brenda?
Well, Maggie, the dispatchers tell me that it was very busy earlier this afternoon when the high winds gave motorists some problems. But right now it seems pretty quiet and road conditions seem to be pretty good. Traffic on I-380 is pretty much back to normal tonight. Earlier today, the freezing rain and high winds apparently caught some motorists off guard, as the roads were scattered with cars and trucks that had slid off the icy pavement. Cedar Rapids police handled an unusually high number of accidents today. They say most were fender benders, but a few caused slightly more damage, like this pileup on Collins Road that occurred earlier this evening. Well, we're live with Sergeant Charles Shaw of the Iowa State Patrol. Sergeant, can you tell us what was it like earlier today?
Very bad out there today, earlier. The problem was that it caught a lot of people at work and they had to drive home in this, and it was very difficult driving.
Okay, can you tell us, it's considerably better now, road conditions, but can you give us any advice for early winter driving?
Well, on days like this, the first thing you got to watch is bridges. They're the first ones to freeze because there's no ground heat underneath it to keep it from freezing. So that's the first thing you got to be alert of, is the icy bridges. We have a lot of problems on those. Earlier tonight, about 5 o'clock, we had about a 5-car accident down on the bridge down there by 33rd Avenue and 380. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness, but there's a lot of cars in the ditch and several hit the guardrail with a lot of damage.
All right, things seem pretty quiet tonight, but can you tell us, what can people driving to work tomorrow morning expect?
I think I'd looked out just before I came in, and it looks like it's clearing off. It's going to be cold, and this wind has helped. No matter how cold it got, the wind helped dry off the highways. And I think tomorrow going to work, you might run a few icy spots, but I think it'll be pretty normal.
All right, so just go ahead and keep an eye on what's happening weather-wise tomorrow morning as you're going to work, and things seem to be pretty good right now. Maggie?
Thanks a lot, Brenda.